Unfortunately, we lost Yokozuna a while back, but it would have been his birthday, and I want to congratulate and send shout outs to his family. Yokozuna, what he meant to the industry, and I'm going to be real. I was a little kid. I didn't know he was part of the Bloodline. I thought he was a real Japanese sumo wrestler when he was.
You're not the only one.
Yeah,
You're not the only one.
Would have known that he was a Samoan, right? So, Jose, tell me a little bit about what you remember from Yokozuna, and
I remember the first time I saw him. A big man like that should not move that quick in the square circle. I was at all with him, and I was surprised that later on I found out that he was from the Anoa'i family, the first Anoa'i family member to win the title, the very first one. And what I love about Yoko is that he never forgot where he came from. When he had the title, he always took care of his family. Always. He was the first. If you want to look at it, he was the really first tribal chief, because he took care of his family. He financially, he used to bring them along, on all the shows. He was the very first one that truly provided for his family. And, I know the Anoa'i family is very proud of Yoko. I know the tribal chief always talks about him in reverence because he looked up to him as well. And that's a sign of not only a good wrestler, but also a good man, the kind of person that he was. So much shout out to Yoko. You was taken way too soon, my brother. And happy birthday in heaven. And may you, wherever you are, you resting in peace.
For those that are following us, if you want to put in the comments, but this is what I heard from one of these podcasts. Solo Sikoa's middle name is Yokozuna.
Yeah,
and that's super cool. If it is, if I'm wrong, put it in the comments, kind of correct me. But I think that's what I heard. Yokozuna is his middle name, and that's kind of cool for Solo.
I tell you, and another thing about Yoko, if you talk to all those guys in the locker room, every single one of them will tell you how wonderful of a person Yoko was, how down to earth he was as a person. He never thought he was better than anybody. Everybody that I've seen, and I've seen old wrestlers from his time talk about him, it's to the point where they're in tears because that's how much they love the guy. And that says a lot about his person and the kind of human being that he was. He was taken way too soon, man. I hope that he was still here with us. He's one of those guys.
What I remember most is the whole controversy at that WrestleMania where it was Bret Hart against Yokozuna, and then Hulk Hogan somehow ends up with a title match.